Ugh, good evening, everybody. How's it going? Um, ugh, we are out here for another week of racing. Why have I been banned, Hammer? I don't know, I just felt like it. It's how politics works, right? You just feel like it, and you do it. Hello, Mateo, how's it going? Here's praying everything's all set up right tonight. Even though I've got like I've obviously talked about this several times, but even though I've got like all the server like automation set up and stuff like that now, so the server just kind of just does its own thing. I'm always worried that I fucked it up some. Post the meme I sent you. You could have posted it yourself in the Discord. You fool. Hoping everything is all set up properly on my end as well as the server. Server should be going live in about 2 minutes. I really do need to. Questions about the community racing system. Is there a prison being built? How are the conditions to decide if one should end up there? Oh shit, I've accidentally. Okay, there we go, we're good. Accidentally press the button on the wheel rim. Oh, actually, hang on. Oh, I can change a lot from here. Ooh. Right, I should leave that before I break something. Honestly, unlike, I mean, joke answer, yeah, we're building Supermax. You know, Guantanamo ain't gonna have shit on the community racing system prison. You go there, you're never coming out. But the real answer is that I don't know. It's a reality that we're gonna have to face at some point. At the moment, I'll just handle things on a case-by-case basis. But I am not necessarily afraid to... not necessarily afraid to lay down the hammer if I need to. Neuro, if you crash me out, jail. If you tap me, jail. For me, believe it or not, also got real. Yeah. If you don't give me the win every race, that's it. You're out of here. But yeah, it's something I'll have to address at some point. But I think at the moment, just kind of gonna have it on a sort of case-by-case scenario. Luckily, nothing's really come up yet. But we'll see. Also, I made something about CRS last week. I posted after standards. Okay. I'm intrigued. But, yeah. One thing I do keep meaning to do, which I keep not doing. I don't really know how to describe it, so I'm just going to call it... I almost want to create, like, the community racing system Bible, for lack of a better word. That kind of is kind of a document that is just kind of a central reference point to dictate like everything. and it's something that will obviously like grow and evolve with time. But the kind of idea is to like kind of just explain everything, how all the rules, regulations, concepts, ideas, just so there's like a place that myself or anyone else for that matter can look at and be like, that's the answer to that question, instead of having to like look through like 50 Google forms and Discord messages to find the answer. To just have it all like collated into like one document that is like the truth. Our beloved fictional internet points, yep. But yeah, I need to get around to writing that up sometime. I just... Oh, it's done this again. God damn it. As you can tell, me turning the steering wheel is also impacting the throttle. Also, hey Adam, how's it going? I don't know why that's happened recently. Remembers all my other inputs, but occasionally it just decides it's going to set my pedals to be the wheel inputs. It's not even Logitech scuff, it's AC scuff, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong when I'm setting everything up that's confusing it. I don't know. I sort of just quickly slapdashed everything together. I just noticed that I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I noticed that my upshift paddle moves up and down a bit, whereas my downshift paddle is pretty rigid. Oh well. Hey, that's better. Oh, my camera is set way too far back in this car. Software thingy. I've downloaded the Logitech software. Uh-oh, what's broken? Yeah, G-Hub, yeah, I've got that. No. Button, where is it? What could have broken it? I'm on 920. So, yeah, I didn't use G-Hub on my old on the G920 because it just didn't work for me very well. And I was like, no. I just continued using Logitech gaming software because even though it sucked, it at least was consistent. I have a sheet going. I have to come in 8th place. Okay. For some reason, module has no attribute AC shutdown. I'm just gonna boot it again and see what happens. Awfully bizarre. My little UI widget has died. I'm hoping it's just gonna reappear again. It means I'm gonna have to reposition it again, which is... But, yeah, I don't know why it broke last time. Now time to carefully position it. Yeah, this thing. It broke. That's close enough. That'll do. I don't know why it broke. Because you see, I changed nothing, rebooted the game, and it works. That's the wrong switch. That's the wrong switch also. I'm pushing all the wrong things on my chair. That's the one to... Told you those apps sometimes just refused. I've like literally... Oh, okay, that's the switch. That's cool. Okay. I've literally never had this issue before. Only now. And it gave some kind of bogus error. All the other Python apps, aka every other app you see on the screen, work fine. It's just that one decided to kill itself. I could blame my shabby programming on it, but it's worked every other time, so I'll blame Kunos. Oh, overdone that a bit. Oh, guess I'm spinning. Going to be the timing tower as well, and psychic, no updates, nothing change. Forever it can happen. Yeah, I don't know. Goofy. Feels pretty weak on the 4th Seed Max, surprisingly. I say, have I driven this car before? Maybe you changed it? No, that seems standard. I boosted it a little bit, I don't know. Get a couple more laps under my belt and see how I feel. You wonder why the content manager switched to like lure-based apps instead of just trying to further the Python stuff. I guess technically, I don't know how much of it would be accessible to tweak with within the game itself. New Python functions added. Oh, I haven't seen those. I just know that a lot of apps nowadays are made in Lua instead of Python. So maybe for performance reasons. There's no documentation, Lua integration, and the rest of CM is publicly available on GitHub. I mean, yeah, but you technically could have done that for any language. Really. I've never used Lua before, so I don't really have any experience to say as to whether it's better or worse. That's why I'm kind of asking, really, because I don't know. The spots open to join last minute? Yep. There are. Python is more close down? No, I think Python is... I could be wrong, but I think it is open source. If anything, it is free. So... I can't remember if it is actually open source or not, but it's definitely free and very accessible. But yeah, there are open slots even if you haven't registered. Registering only locks in your spot. So there are a couple of free spaces. What's the name of the server? It's Community Racing System. Does it have spaces? I think it has spaces. I can't remember. But it shouldn't have a password. You should be able to just find it. Yeah. As we continue to grow, maybe I'll eventually start making registration mandatory, but for now, I think it's better to just have it be an optional thing. So far, it hasn't really caused us any problems, and if any troublemakers join, I can just easily kick them. So. I guess that back on the languages, is Lua also interpreted, or is it a compiled language? I guess. Would maybe be a difference between the two. Because, like, Python, for example, Python works up until it errors, and if you don't have proper error handling in place, Python just kind of eats shit. Whereas if it's compiled, it has to build properly first before it'll let you use it. I don't know how much difference that would make, but I mean, I guess it would technically remove the chance of an app just... Well, I guess actually no, if you wrote shitty code it would still break, so... Oh, Ramon just teleported there, that was interesting. I've overdone my braking a bit. I could never close to just change it to zeros and ones in settings when needed. Fair enough. Oh god. I coded stuff but I'm still clueless. I mean, you and me both. You and me both. It's literally my day job. And it's like... There's still so much I don't understand. Like, I could do my job well. I know enough to do my job well, but I don't know the terminologies for all of these things. I don't know the ins and outs of what's better about different programming languages and whatnot. I just have a general understanding of, you know, how to code, general good practices, you know, and developing, or delivering like scalable things. Does remind me of a. I remember being in a meeting with. I can't even remember what it was about. I remember being in a meeting with my boss, and he asked me about something. Like, did I know about like this certain like C# thing? And I just sat there staring at him with a blank face. I was like, I don't know. Then he explained it to me, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're on about. But all like the terms of things, I just don't know. I wonder if I crank the FFB maybe up a little too much now. Might turn it down a little bit more. Does feel a bit better though. Like it being a bit more firm. Where's my force feedback controller? There it is. Go down to about 110. I think that should be good enough. I think I could probably be a senior developer, but I don't think I could ever be a lead. So I just don't. I'd have to do a lot of brushing up on like infrastructure and whatnot to really, because I feel like to be a lead you need to have a bigger scope of architecture and infrastructure and stuff like that. I just don't know. I can make application perform better than it should do, or better than it would normally do. But that's that's about it. Some Windows shenanigans that make a program not work at all. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'd say being a software developer is one of those jobs that you can't really explain to people. Well, you could try, but they basically just always sit there and they have no idea what you're talking about. Like, my parents don't even bother asking me about what I've been up to at work, because they just don't even... I try and dumb it down for them, but they still just don't understand. It's definitely feeling better now, though. Force feedback. A bit more of a firm feeling in the wheel. Seeing a bit more confidence as to what the cars are doing. Oh. One thing that would definitely be interesting to try one day is like trying to just make like a small video game or whatever. Ooh. Oh god, I made a right hash of that. Just let me go. That's only practice after all. Technically I did program like a really bad... I've technically programmed some really bad like small video games in the past. For like college projects and stuff like that, but I've never really, especially in this day and age of all the knowledge I have now and whatnot, never really sat down and tried to make a video game or like some kind of like little game that's actually like properly playable and whatnot. I think it'd be an interesting challenge, especially because there's a lot more things to consider. You know, I haven't really done like, you know, sort of a graphics or audio, much graphics or audio work, really. Or even doing stuff like animations and the like. My body of work largely stretches like web apps, databases, servers, and stuff like that. Oh, the Frankensteiner works, I guess. What did you do? Oh, I just realized you could change the ride height. I forgot about that. I haven't even touched it. Should I even try lowering it? Or I don't know. You know, we'll just half the numbers, I guess. Shit, what does 45 half do? I guess 23? No, it wouldn't be 23. Well, it would be 23. Yeah. I'm stupid. Lick of fuel out, but not a lot. Be enough. But this combo seems to be a bit of an outsider magnet, unlike a lot of the other ones we've done, which is interesting. Bunch of new faces turn up. We might even be full. I don't even know. Ooh, great start. Are we full? Almost. I don't know if that really worked. Go out again, though. If all else fails, I'll just go back to default, and we'll run that. Yeah, I don't know. I am of the belief though that software development isn't as hard as a lot of people, or well, not necessarily software development, but programming in general. I don't think it's as hard as a lot of people make it out to be. It's one of those things that when you first look at it, it looks weird and alien. But actually, when you understand, it's almost like trying to learn like a different language, I guess. You know, when you first see another language, it's like, oh, this is weird, this is scary, and whatnot. Once you kind of understand it, it's like, oh, okay. But I'd especially say a language that's kind of closely related to like, English, I guess. Because most kind of use English words and stuff. Like, yeah, once you kind of start understanding some of the terminology and, like, just general logic and stuff, it gets a lot easier. But it is definitely something that you do need to have a level of commitment into if you want to do, like, significant things with it. Yeah, exactly. You want to put, yeah, you do need to put in time and effort, but it is surprising. I would say it's surprisingly not as hard as people think. The big thing is the mindset, right? I think that's probably the hardest part, because that's not something you can necessarily easily train. Because really, at the end of the day, software development is just problem solving. You know, you're given a problem, and you have to come up with a solution for that problem. Whether that's, you know, fixing something that's broken or creating something that doesn't exist. This is my outlap, and this is my actual lap. We'll find out. I should be in similar to English. Years ago, my dad wanted me to teach him English, thinking that because I know it, I could teach it. I mean, that's the thing, yeah, knowing and being able to teach are two different things as well. Like, I could program relatively well. I mean, well enough to have been kept employed for the past 6 years at least. Whether it's actually good or not, I don't know. But, you know, could I teach someone how to code? I don't know. I could help them. I could certainly help them, but... Oh shit, that's kind of crippled me. I got that all wrong. Probably teach someone the basic fundamentals, but beyond that, I don't know. Still knows next to nothing. Yeah. But yeah, it's ultimately on the person as well. I mean, as you kind of said, it's, you know, if they want to put the effort or the time in. Somebody could ask you to teach them something, but if they're not willing to put the effort in themselves to retain that knowledge and to make use of that knowledge and to want to further that knowledge, then they're not, you know, they're not going to go anywhere with it. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Didn't have the wheels in the gravel a couple of times. You know, I'm just gonna go back to default. I don't know if this setup was any faster or not, but I sort of had a rhythm going, and I think a rhythm is what I need now. I've been kinda shit. You don't sound jaded enough. 6 years honeymoon period. Yeah. My corporate resent is only just kicking in. Griffin must have real. Yeah, I could definitely be a bit further up this grid than where I am now, so... We actually full? No, 11. It's pretty good. 2 randoms, I don't know if they'll stick it out or not, but we'll see. Still seem to be here. Do you work in the software development industry as well then, Mr. Aldi? This guy hate the right tire. Good to know. Probably what I killed earlier, I don't know. Burn up everything. Car is pretty touchy on the rear end though, it's something I will need to be careful of. You do. I see. Me when I tie away. This car doesn't have a horn. Disappointment. Okay, can change the brake bias on the fly. It's good to know. That might come in handy. Just so luck, I will need it. Love the wang on these old Porsches, yeah. Big old T-tray. Give Lucas a bit of a push. Whoop. Wide here. Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah, did not get it stocked up very well. We get past standing here. Ooh, it's a bit close. I thought I had this set to not... Oh, well. Could have maybe gone for that, but I wasn't going to risk it. Oh, he's losing it. He's favored by patience. Oh, locked up a little bit there. Need to figure out if my if my upshift paddle is actually coming loose or not. Oh well, all the extra additions didn't really last particularly long. Unfortunate. It's the good old SRS effect again. Rid too fast for its own good. Oh, kind of drifting through there a little bit. So I have a Logitech? Yes. But not the same one. Participation trophy wins. Yeah, oh, when was it? I guess it was... In December, I upgraded to the RS50. I've been running that for the past few weeks now. I figured it was finally time to park up the old G920. It was still functioning, but, you know, people have been asking me when I'm going to be upgraded for ages. Both of you have gone well. You know it. No. Honestly, I am pretty frugal, all things considered. And so I really don't spend, comparatively to like other people, I don't spend a lot of money. Obviously I you know, pay my bills and shit like that, but like I don't really buy a lot of things with the leftover cash I have. Partly from a mindset that I was in when I first started working, which was just like, you know, my initial sort of thing was just save, 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 so I could, like, even remotely consider trying putting down a mortgage or a deposit down for a mortgage on a house. And that eventually worked out in rather peculiar ways. In the sense that, you know, I sort of now co-own this house with my parents. But that's a whole long story, which I think I've explained before, but it's too much to really go into now. But yeah, no, that it really stopped not spending money. Last year I tried to do better by myself and actually spend a bit more. So I bought myself, you know. Hey Donnie, how's it going? Yeah, obviously I bought the car earlier on in the bought the car at the start of last year. Well, then I really didn't spend much after that. And then during Christmas, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy myself. Instead of expected other people to buy these presents for me, I'm just gonna buy them myself. This is pretty much what I did. But even then, I still didn't spend that much money, all things considered. Oh, I kind of fumbled that. Car was the most expensive thing I bought, and even then I sort of earned that money back throughout the year in terms of savings. But I guess that's kind of paying off, given that recent events means that, well, I probably have a job still for at least another year or so. Kind of starting to question my future a bit. And where I really want to be. And so having a bit of a pool of saved up money is definitely going to help my ass a bit on that front. Because if push comes to shove, I can afford to just cruise. Oh, Lucas got pushed off a bit there, I think. Oh, it's a bit too slow in there. I thought too much because I'm curious about how something works. Fair enough. Self-play calendars of pictures of you in front of the car that'll earn the money back. Real. I could have sworn I'd set the server, though, to close on race start. I guess I mustn't have for this one. Oh, well. Because, yeah, people keep joining in the middle of the race. I don't know what's so appealing about this combo compared to all the others we've done. I mean, it is base game car, base game track, but I've done others with base game car, base game track that didn't track this many people in. I don't think that calendar idea will work particularly well. Maybe if I did one of the car, it would. The boy's got his first MOT soon, though. I dread to... well, first MOT under my ownership. I dread to see what comes back. Because it could be fine. I also might have to deal with the nightmare of having to order a shitload of parts from Japan. Which is something I hope I don't have to do. And then obviously do a bunch of, like, extensive repairs. Hoping not. But you never know. The joys of owning a car that wasn't produced much in your country. Or an old car that wasn't produced very much. Ooh, lock it up a little bit. Going anywhere moment, but I guess at least I'm holding my ground, so oh, he has gone, unfortunate. Yeah, I did notice the other day that the car's got a bit of an exhaust rattle, so hoping that's nothing important. Something I probably want to get fixed at some point, though, because it's not very pleasant. Makes a bit of a horrible sound. of a lag spike there. It's weird. Oops, somebody's gone off, I think. Shouldn't be mega... I guess it's not mega surprising, but the car is very cheap to run, actually. Oh, overcooked it a little bit there. Like... I worked it out, and... even though I have to pay more in road tax, I don't have to pay that much more in fuel. And I don't have to pay... well, actually, I ended up paying less money in insurance. Than what I did for my old car, my old Citroen. Which was just like, you know, shitty Econobox. Oh, I've messed that up. Why so many people are getting in though? Well, surprised so many people are joining a race that's midway through. That guy he's still parked up there. He's just parked up here and he's not going anywhere. I guess he's not in the way, but it's just a bit of a random parking spot. We'll just walk back to the pits. That guy vanished? Oh no, he's still there. Fucking the rear up a bit. Hanno said he was aiming for 8th, so I wonder if he's sandbagging. He doesn't want to get past me because that'll ruin his streak. Either that or I've just given him a great excuse. Commit well enough into that corner. Are you pulling over? I'm confused. Really missed that turn. Oh, and he's lost it as well. Unlucky. Ooh. The other guy seems to have moved. He's made it about 2 corners further. Oh, he's lost it under braking. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just cut through there. Seems like I'm a bit too far away from the rest. For the people ahead, though. Just too focused on gas bagging, I guess. Yeah, safe to say this year is going to be very interesting. I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea where anything stands. I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to be at the end of the year, even. But, I'm along for the ride. That's not to say that everything is bad, it's just... you know, things could turn out really, really well with everything. Sounds like what my 2027 may be. Is that when you, Is that when you finish, then? With the courses that you're doing? Or... File submission deadline would be the end of September 2027. Ah, I see. Yeah, then this the big boy. Funding ends at the start. Ooh. That is saucy. Be on the cold streets writing my thesis. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. At least on my side, I should be relatively financially secure. Like a true broke academic. Hell yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know where things are gonna be. But yeah, hopefully that all works out well for you. Because, yeah. It'll be fine, I've been saving. It's good. It's good, it's good. Does remind me, back when I was a wee apprentice, and we got our like first pay packet, or first couple of pay packets in. Of course, we were apprentices, so our pay was pretty not great, all things considered. But it was like the first time anybody had earned like, you know, I think it was still like, I don't know, probably like £1,000 or something like that. It was the first time anyone, pretty much anyone in our group had gotten like that much money. It was funny seeing like them going out and being like, oh yeah, I went clubbing every day, I bought myself some new clothes, a new car, and it's like, and what are you? Broke. Here, my parents for a small loan if required. Will be given outside work by supervisor 2 or something like that. That's good. Good chance to earn some money, yeah. I think, yeah, as long as you're on top of it, it's, I think especially if you're willing to try, people are much more willing to help as well. Whereas, you know, some people just kind of hope to everything to be handed to them, and it's like, nope, you get nothing. Best case is move back to Ireland, finish writing my thesis before submitting. Fair enough. happens backwards. Oh, I shouldn't have tapped the brakes there. Car was understeering a bit, so I was like, oh, I'll brake a little bit to try and bring the car back under. Nope, that was the wrong... The guy joining right at the end did the race. Okay, bro. Lazy than what most people go through, so I'm definitely not going to complain. It's... yeah. But yeah, no, hopefully that all does pan out well. Definitely not an ideal scenario to be in. Regardless. Absolutely knackered, screw this car. Shit is harder than endurance races. I didn't see those gaps, yeah. 1 second, 12, 14, 14, 17, and then 31, 40. I'll be honest, I was too busy talking throughout most of this race. That I was actually driving. I don't care about the Estonia now, I'm just the blurring. But I guess we'll see. We shall see. Now, I thought I'd set the server up to stop people from being able to join once the session started, unless they join already. I'd like to close any new entries. But, I guess I didn't for this week? I don't know. I'm surprised still just how many random people are coming and going. I don't really know what's so special about this combo in particular compared to other base game combos we've run. But oh well. Actually got a pretty good launch here. AC Sen's always in super position. Yeah. So true. So true. I actually gave Lucas a bit of a bump here. Immediately went to the single player, joined leave messages after the race, yeah. Yeah, it's meant to be closed, but I guess I only set it. I have to look at the other races. I think I mustn't have set it. I either only set it for like one of the races or what, I don't remember. I made a bit of a mess earlier on in the season when I was updating the entry lists, so I had to go back through and tweak things. And I think that might have messed some things up. Oh, that wasn't... Wait, that was? Oh, no. Hang on. So this is an interesting bug. At least as far as I'm aware. I was like, I thought this guy had only joined halfway through the race. And I'm right, he did. This was Mihao at the start. But because the server only has 12 slots, the server's obviously overridden. Actually, how does that... No. Because his slot was locked. I have no idea. My mind is blown. Because that slot was set to his GUID. Like, his, like, Steam ID. I am beyond confused right now. Broke the game, yeah. Because that was him. And now it's this guy. But I don't understand. AC servers, man. I guess it saw an empty slot and just was like, we'll let it. Was this AMS2? Yeah, I really don't know. That slot was definitely assigned to him. Something very funny was going on with this. MS2 would have the car floated instead of real. Yeah, he lost it here. That was unlucky. That pretty much put him on the back foot. Unless this was him rejoining with a different username, I don't know. Kind of weird, but who knows? Maybe not. I think this guy was different as well. But this was an open spot, so that makes sense. Everyone else is fine though. I see the liveries. I haven't looked at those. Oh yes, Carrera Rexy. Is that underneath the wing? That's like a scribble. Bit of paint bleed. Let's see. That's Vico. Ah, very clean. I don't know if that's... I'm guessing that's right? I don't actually know. Oh! Right, I see now. That's right. Got his teeth back after losing him at Daytona. Oh, wait. You probably didn't see how many times I was dying. I did my mirrors what was on Loki, praying you'd lose the fires that are starting. Praying for the opposite. So Joe and Frank and Porsche said I had to fight the car like that. What did you change on your car? Tramp Stampy. Yeah, some of those randoms are so dangerous. What other... Yeah, no, like I said, the server was meant to be set so that the entries were closed during the race. But I guess that wasn't set for this week. Or it was and it didn't work. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it afterwards. Something for me to review. Okay, look at your car on the street compared to Mateo. I don't really see it. It looks pretty normal to me. From back or front? Outside. Oh, are you leaning slightly? I don't really see it. Is it slightly higher on one side than the other? NASCAR setup, it has lean to the left. It's what you like lifted the right side up, I'm guessing. Slightly. 6,000 last sector gives a lot of stability, but very understeer on sector 1. Okay, I can see a bit more clearly from this angle, yeah. 35 less is 15. It's kind of whack. Anything interesting happened? Let's see. 5 cam fixes on the car. Yeah, I can still see it though. Big power is also low, so Mateo close little turn 1. Fair enough. I did see there was a bit of a tussle between Mattia and Lucas. Go and look at that quickly. The car leans hard there, yeah. Look at battle after Estonia's, for sure he went all race. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, Lucas getting loosey-goosey there. But you two are definitely checked out from everybody else, because it seemed like the main bulk of the field is actually in this little kind of cluster. Lucas was all over the place. Yeah, definitely a bit of a learning experience this race. On the server config being broken. Oops. Oh, Matthias sideways there. He held on to it though. Lucas all over. There's a bit I saw where they had a bit of a tussle. Oh. I guess they didn't have a tussle. Just, oh. Matthias was quite... He was in the dirt a bit, but Lucas got way out there. Got that way wrong. He didn't lose too much time for that. He recovered quite nicely. Kept it out the gravel, and I think he eventually caught and passed Matthias. See how that happened. He actually caught up to Yari. Yeah, of course, can't help but King so fucking hard. Let's see. Something must have happened. At least I knew it was ahead. Unless I'm going crazy. I could be. It's all over Yari there. Trying to get past, but you can't quite do it. Yeah, these two fighting allowed Lucas to close up a lot. Remember Snack's crew practicing the Estonia. Oh, he went deep. That's gonna allow Lucas through, yeah. One mistake, one little slip. Looked up T1 like a noob. Yeah, one little mistake is all it took. Shut up. He nearly got Yari at the end there as well. I guess Miko is probably... He was kind of ahead of this little group. But he didn't really have what it took to catch up to the other two. And I guess, yeah, we'll probably look at those two afterwards. They better not let me down. They've hyped this battle up. Like Jeff Keighley hyped up High Guard. So, unlike High Guard, they better not be a disappointment. You give Miko some ballast or what? No! God, I've given him some ballast. I would have, would have given those some ballast as well. Don't compare us to High Guard. I'm just saying. Need to deliver. You've hyped it up. You've marketed it to me. I better not be sold a lie. Been a while since I've driven this track, so basically going to be learning it afresh, really. This is a long pit lane, though. Just keeps going. Is this right? I don't remember. Oh. Okay. I'd spend half the lap just getting out the pit lane. Oh, robots crashed on the pit exit. I got disappointed when everyone knew it would be shit. Maybe. I feel like there were probably some people who may have crashed in pit lane. Crashed right at the end of the pit lane, too. Yeah, I'm like in the middle of the road. That's not gonna help me. Dumbass I am. I mean, people knew it would be bad. I don't know if people knew that it was going to be as bad as it was, though. I also couldn't resist making the joke. It's culturally relevant. gotta keep myself up with the times by playing a game that's almost 12 years old now. That's about nice and his player base on Steam like the first day. I never like those posts, to be honest, but after one day that is kind of telling. Or it is bad, but I never really like those posts though, because they never really, saying it lost 90% of its players, it doesn't really tell much. It's a trend, it's a bad trend, but especially on game launches, you're gonna have a lot of people flooding in due to like the launch hype, and most of those people are gonna go away pretty quickly. It's like I see it all the time. There's articles like, oh, the game lost like, I mean, sure, it's usually over months rather than a day, but I think, yeah, as you said, a lot of people knew this game was gonna suck and kind of just probably checked it out for about an hour or so for a laugh and then uninstalled it. And that was that, you know. But it's like, if a game can hover around a healthy, like, I think it really depends on the number that they settle down on. Because I saw the picture that people were quoting that on, and it was like from basically 100 grand down to like, or 100,000 players down to like 10,000. But while I doubt they will, if they could maintain 10,000 players, that's not a bad number by any means. There are a lot of games out there with pretty healthy multiplayer followings that would wish for 10,000 concurrent players. I don't think Highguard will pull that off, but if they could, you know, that's not a bad number. And the game is far from dead. If that would be the case. Especially single-player games lose player base after 6 months. Well, no, yeah. Exactly. Most of them want to go beyond the 2-hour Steam run. Oh no, the game's free. So, there's no worry about refund limits. Oh shit. Yeah, it's free, so no worries about refunds. Yeah, 18K just checked, okay. Yeah, see, if they could maintain that, then that's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. That's a healthy base that you could build on and keep the game afloat for a good few years. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see longer term. I think 1 day is a bit too short of a. It's hardly been 24 hours. I think it's only just been like 24 hours. So it is a little disingenuous at the moment to really say like, oh. But obviously the internet is the internet, and it's the trendy thing to shit on at the moment. So people are gonna take what they can and run with it. Yeah, certainly want it to be bad for the memes, yeah. I think that's, yeah, the exposure it got at the Game Awards, I think really kind of crippled it. Because, while sure the game has, from what I understand, the game has a lot of actual problems that you know, need to be ironed out. I don't think the development team were really expecting the level of exposure they were gonna get And especially with the exposure that it got at the Game Awards, it wasn't really well received at the Game Awards itself. So I think a lot of people were going into it with the idea that it would be bad and would be a failure. I don't know why people choose it over other similar titles. It has two game modes, 8 characters, essentially current era guns and sci-fi looks, and no customization. Oopsie. Yeah. No, I mean, I haven't played the game, so I don't know for sure. It's not really my cup of tea, so I wouldn't really have played it anyways. But, you know. The game definitely doesn't seem to be in a good place. Doesn't seem to be a particularly spectacular video game, but I do think a lot of the negativity is definitely inflated by the exposure that it got from the Game Awards. Like, it wouldn't be the internet punching bag right now if it wasn't. It'd just be, some people would be slightly miffed that a game came out that wasn't very good, that they were maybe hyped to play, and then they just go back to playing what they were playing before. But now everyone's like, lol, it's Concord 2.0. And, you know, it is funny, but at the same time, it is like... Well, some of the memes are funny, but at the same time, it's like, yeah. You know. So online game discourse current these days, people seem to actively want games to be better so they can laugh and shit on it, rather than get a good game. Yeah. But even then... Sometimes people criticize games in such a way just to rage bait as well, nowadays. It's kind of annoying. It's like, whenever I try and look at, like, reviews for a game nowadays, like community reviews, I struggle to find actual good reviews, especially when it's of games I have actually played myself. It's like... then, like, the shit that people post on them become even more apparent, and it's like, wow. Best ever masterpiece ruined, finally saved, nothing in between, yeah. Yeah, it always has to be extremes. I mean, I did see an interesting video, or... Yeah, obviously I made a video a while ago on bad games. But, I did see another video of another guy making a case that, you know, there is no such thing as a truly bad video game. Technically, it's not entirely true, because Big Rigs Over-the-Road Racing exists. But, you know... It's more that a video game is bad to you than anything else, you know. When's the last time someone said that was a solid experience? Never. Blasphemy. Install a browser extension of the block says that should up you. Thank me later. Yeah. I'm struggling to get a proper flow of this track in this car. I mean, I am talking a lot, but I am also trying to somewhat drive. Pretty tricky corners here. Yeah, I think nuance on the internet is kind of dead. Oh, he's like 2 seconds faster. Crikey. Oh, I blew that. 139 frames of words blocked with that extension. Damn. I'm tooting. I just am. 39. But yeah, it does kind of suck. Good chunk of channels too. People always want those sensationalist clicks. Oh, his plastic one is real awkward. Just on 43, it has an on-off button, so I have no bad feelings about it. I do, I guess, kind of more of a... One thing I have struggled to grapple with in recent times, though, is that whether or not my tastes are just really refined and specific, or if other people are too tolerant of subpar products. For a variety of reasons. So I've run into a few cases lately where it's like, I've played a game and I haven't really enjoyed it, but then I go and look and most people seem to like it. And it's like, I feel like, I mean, part of that definitely is me, but how much of that also is that, you know, we're so used to be fedding shit lately that, you know, getting a half-okay video game with some glaring problems is enough for people to go, this is good, I like this. Oh, I'm not feeling really prepared for this. I guess we got qualifying still, so hopefully be able to etch in a bit better in qualifying. We shall see. Go too far, I reset you, no fun allowed track. Gotta keep you in line, no cheating. And now time to navigate the endless pit lane. I don't know if there's collisions there, so I'm not gonna risk it. I gotta remember to brake here, because it's really tight. Such a bizarre pit exit. I guess they don't really do any races with pit stops in them. But actually weaken up my brakes a bit. I don't know. Like barely touching them and getting the braking power I need. I'm just gonna let Roman go. He's definitely gonna be faster than me, so I'd just be getting in his way. Not worth it. Oh, way wide. At least you can run a bit wide there and get away with it. Maybe I could tackle that a bit faster than I did. Yeah, I think I probably could. Oh, those two, those two fighting a little bit up ahead. Track's a bit bumpy. Not that it really affects this car too much. And maybe it does in some of the corners. You can definitely feel it along these straights. Oh, 1 minute 40. It's a nice improvement. Sometimes I wonder if the 2000 Racer Games was lining a bottle with the same amount of crunch. It probably was, to be honest. The 2000s was a very different time in video gaming compared to now. And I think, yeah, it was really just a perfect storm of circumstances that came together. I think it also helped that cars were very culturally... Like, car culture was very culturally relevant in the 2000s. Obviously with the likes of, like, Fast and Furious and whatnot hitting the mainstream. And also, yeah, things like, you know, like your motorsports, like your Formula Ones, your NASCARs and stuff, being extremely popular throughout those time periods as well. Because, I mean, I think there are still spaces for those games today, you know. There's still space for good racing games. It's just that nobody really seems to be willing to make them. Upcoming indie racing games, they've all been work in progress for years, yeah. It's like Tony Hawk games too, yeah. I mean, I think part of it is the culture has shifted, but also I do think, you know, I think in some regards it was like a perfect storm of circumstances that kind of let these things happen back in the day. I mean, like, with, like, talking of, like, skateboarding games, I mean, look at, like, the new Skate game that EA released. Right? Like, Skate's been dormant for years, and EA thought the best way to revive the franchise would be to make it a free-to-play live service game. You know? It's a very different, you know, the industry is very different from when, like, the prior Skate games were released. And the same thing applies to a lot of other games as well. part of it is definitely nostalgia too. It definitely does play a part. You can't really deny that. Oh, I was too busy looking at Yari, and that threw me off. Like, some of these games that people look on really fondly, they're perfectly fine games. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with them. But because of people's strong nostalgia for them, they are pushed up higher than they would otherwise be in the, in people's, like, collective minds. Bit of a smaller grid for the Estonia here, but it's fine. Bigger studios don't want to make games like that anymore, i.e. without microtransactions. Yeah. But the problem is bigger studios have gotten so big to the point where creativity has kind of been completely snuffed out, really. Like, there's still a lot of people say that, like, a lot of talent has gone in the industry. That's false. You know, that is demonstrably false. There's still incredibly talented people in the industry. It's just that the industry itself doesn't allow that creativity to thrive. So, you know, video games have gotten so big that, like, companies feel they have to put out these ultra-safe, overly monetized products. Because for one, they know they could get away with it, and for two, you know, they know it will make money, and that's what they need to make. And games are graphically bleeding edge is just too demanding compared to the Zeros, yeah. Like, games have ballooned and ballooned and ballooned, and, you know, what used to be, you know, like, some like really iconic old games were made by, like, a couple of people, on pretty small, you know, made by a small team of people on, like, a shoestring budget. Like, I think, say, like, the original Fallout, I think there was, like, it was a team of, like, 15 people who made the entire game. But nowadays, you look at, like, probably the credits of, like, Fallout 76, say, and it's gonna be this huge, sprawling list of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who worked on that one game and one game alone. I'm not doing terribly well at the beginning. You gotta spend 4 to 5 years straight in a game, you can't risk it not selling. Yeah, exactly. If it's a game that's less than 18 months or so to make, yeah. Like, AAA is... That's kind of the problem AAA is facing right now, is that things have spiraled so far out of control that they are kind of struggling to control the beast that they have created, effectively. Oh, the tail was proper ship shape there. Kind of threw me off a bit. I kind of screwed myself as well. Be down to last. Joy. Hopefully it's not going to be where I stay, but we'll see. We've got race 2 to recover anyways, even if so. Don't see a way out for AAA. Yeah, no, AAA needs a hard reset, I think. But the thing is that AAA is still making a ridiculous amount of money. Because, I mean, they just are. Like, while a lot of IPs have been killed off, these studios are in the process of streamlining their basically their output, and are trying to focus it into, like, you know, just consistent, you know, big, having like 1 or 2 big consistent revenue streams. Like, if you look at Epic, for example, Epic used to do a lot of things, and now they're pretty much entirely bankrolled by Fortnite. and I guess Unreal Engine. But at least on the gaming side of things, they're pretty much entirely bankrolled by Fortnite. There's no real need for them to do anything else because Fortnite just prints the money. Pretty sure we went to a new TES or Fallout for years, but their online titles are bringing the money. Yeah, exactly. About the Contract Studio for remasters, but that's about it. AAA patches, only AAA anything you should buy. Yeah. Does Element 2 finally made a profit? I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah, I guess a good example, though, is that Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? All the discourse and negativity around that game, according to Ubisoft, apparently that game's actually sold really well. One of the better selling games in the franchise. So, ironic how things end up, eh? But that's the thing, these games cost, you know, AAA games have ballooned that they cost so much to make that it is just untenable now to manage multiple of them. It's like, yeah, jail-free card, yeah. I think that's why Forza's finally taken the plunge as well to go to Japan. Because they saw what it did for Assassin's Creed, where it's like, even if we get it horrendously wrong, people aren't gonna care. And, you know, they'll buy it anyways. Yeah, looks at Forza. Yeah, exactly. Place Japan sells. God, everyone's pretty close, actually. Look it up ahead. I try and catch up a bit more, though. Sort of lagging behind a bit here. Yeah, Microsoft leaked that money with Game Pass floundering. But one person is miles ahead. Guessing that's Rahman. He is donking away from the field. Yeah, Game Pass was a mistake, to be honest. A mistake that they're now paying for. I think, of course, they probably just looked at JDM doing okay. At the career progress at FH6 might be more like the first two games, which I think is a good thing. Yeah. Maybe. I haven't played the first two games, so I don't know. You have to wonder if it could end up being a Halo Infinite scenario again, though, where it's like, trust us, guys, we'll go back to the roots. And it's kind of a half-veiled attempt that they give up on, in a way. Hey, I know about games, I just bought a gaming mouse. So you won't get an SD card in half an hour. Ah, okay. Yeah, it does seem like they want to try and bring more meaningful progression back into it, but we'll see how long that lasts. It's like Battlefield pulling the Call of Duty lie, where they're like, trust us, guys, we'll only have cosmetics that fit within the game. Then, like, 2-3 months after launch, releasing a battle pass with very non-military looking uniforms and weapon camos, and it's like, people fell for it again. They expected it to be like FH35, yeah. At the end of the day, all of us here are in the relative minority when it comes to gamers. You know. The average gamer is, like, incredibly hyper-casual. And so, honestly, probably doesn't even know and doesn't care about half the stuff we're talking about here. They just want to play a video game, and that's that. And, you know. How much BF6 just copied Modern Warfare 2 too? Wouldn't surprise me. Probably poached a bunch of people from COD as well. I wouldn't surprise me either. And down to the menus. Yeah, when I've seen some Battlefield 6 footage, and I have seen little tidbits of modern COD in it. Oh, I'm grass a little bit there. I wonder if pushing my brake bias back might help me. I don't think I can do it in the car on this one. No, can't. I'm sort of struggling through some of these corners. Thought all AAA games make the same menus, really. Boxes. Yeah, kinda. Nowadays. But yeah, AAA just doesn't allow creativity. You know, you pretty much, if you want to be creative in the games industry nowadays, or truly creative, you need to go to, you either need to go indie or go to a smaller studio who is more willing to take more risks and do more experimental IPs and whatnot. Which, is what we're seeing kind of happening as the AAA industry is shedding talent through like layoffs and cuts and whatnot. Those people are going and forming their own companies, and oops, shit. And those companies are then coming out and putting some pretty decent games. There's endless amount of new games that haven't been bent over enough to be suspicious of publishers. Yeah. Or new gamers, sorry, yeah. That's it. Gaming is, like, I feel like a lot of people still kind of, especially, like, people who are more into gaming, still probably have the mentality that, like, video gaming's still this kind of niche little nerd hobby. But that's just not the case anymore, and it hasn't been for a while. I'm pretty certain I read somewhere that gaming has actually, like, surpassed the revenue of, like, basically all other mediums. Like, it makes more money than movies, TV, books, etc. Not necessarily combined, but makes more money than all of them. Yeah, overtook other media. Yeah, exactly. And, like, I feel like a lot of people haven't really cottoned on to that yet. I want to say 2018. Probably. Like, it has been absolutely huge for ages. And that brings about a lot of problems in of itself. And as I said earlier, like, the average gamer is hyper casual. Because it's more often than not, or it's more common than not for people to play video games. But most people who play video games, they don't really talk much about them. They just log on every other day or so, whip up a couple of matches of Call of Duty or whatever with the lads, and that's it. I mean, I'm not just on about, like, the highest grossing video games. I mean, as an industry, its general output is higher than all other mediums. Like a year-on-year sort of thing. Where's the Xbox showcase of the Vase fighting game? Oh, yeah. Cup of Liberty, yeah. But I meant as media. With the boys, yeah. Exactly. That's why, like, so many people turn around and go, oh, CODs are rubbish. Why does it keep selling? But COD has kind of transcended. It is a household name, and it has been for, like, donkey's years now. Everybody knows what COD is. So people just buy it because they know what it is, and they know what they... Well, I don't know if they necessarily know what they're getting, but... they buy it anyways. And it's like, yeah, like major yearly sports release as well, like I guess it's EA Sports FC now, isn't it? Not FIFA and the likes, They still make stupid amounts of money year on year. Probably the same thing with things like the Formula 1 game now, given how Formula 1's, like, exploded in popularity over years. A lot of the people who complain about the game want it to be, like, a much more serious game than it is. But it probably never will be, because, they want to keep it appealing to the average Joe. I got that wrong. Whoops. Dirty tires. I'm not doing well here. Losing a lot of players in the last three F1 titles. Yeah, I mean, I think F1 isn't quite at the level of like EA Sports, FC, and the likes. I need to pick up the pace a bit, but it is up there. I think F1's gonna need to be the purest pure. Do work though with the stupid, yeah. Seriously, F1 games. Have you seen? I have seen Grand Pro Circuit. Yeah, looks pretty cool. I'm just waiting for it to come out, or to have some kind of playable slice that I can get my mitts into. Whatever. I'll leave that as is. Starting on Paul. First to last challenge. Let's go. Brother-in-law keeps wanting to chat about F1 drama like I care about such things. Simpsons Cody's under EA. I wonder if they'll be forced to be merged. Maybe. Think about the last take here. Yeah, they probably will be. I don't know. EA's in a bit of a touchy spot now because of they got to make a shitload of money, and so they're likely going to be looking in pretty hard to kind of cut down their business expenses any way, shape, or form possible. Pretty much. Oh, some collisions behind. Which I think is yeah, I think it's going to massively change EA's output. But I think that's the thing, yeah, the AAA industry is kind of crumbling. It's gotten so unsustainable to the point where it's like these companies are being forced to look deep and like sort of restructure and refocus. Which is kind of unfortunate because it means these companies are going to be sat on a lot of IPs that they're just not going to do anything with. You know, like Need for Speed, for example, is effectively dead. I highly doubt we're going to hear of any new Need for Speed game for a good few years. And EA probably isn't going to let it go. Unless they can fetch a pretty penny for it. And they absolutely need to raise, like, extra money quickly. Because the developer, or like, these companies would rather sit on the IP than let it go to somebody else. Because if that somebody else then makes a shitload of money off of that IP, then, well, you've made yourself look like a fool. Then. As dice of BF6 could fumble. Yeah, exactly. Lead them into the war of your crazy lines. I'll try. But I might end up just doing that to myself instead. The tear's right on top of me already. Had a wobble on the exit there, though, so that's giving me a bit of breathing space. But I can just blame the CEO and fire them, yeah. Exactly. But it sucks. It really does suck the way the industry is nowadays. Because, like, I want to be positive. I want to play and enjoy lots of really cool new games that come out. But the sad reality is that the industry is at a shit spot, and a lot of the games that come out, even if they are potentially cool, they rarely ever fully realize the cool that they could be. And it's just like, And I think part of a problem with that, though, also, is that I think, like, because people are so burnt by, like, what, like, all the bullshit big companies are doing, I feel like people are maybe cutting some of the smaller companies a little too much slack as well. It's great to see some of these smaller games grow and thrive. Um, but, like, some of these games I feel like get a bit more... They get a bit more unequivocal praise than they should. I guess that goes back to the whole loss of nuance and whatnot, but I don't know. I've played a lot. I've played a few games that are like really highly rated by people, and it's like, I mean, I think I made my points kind of clear last year about the new TXR game and what I thought of that. But that's a game that people just still pretty much unequivocally love. That's not to say people are out and out wrong, but I do think that there are, even if you do enjoy the bits that I don't, I think, you know, there's still some flaws there, especially compared to even like older games that a lot of people just kind of sweep under the rug. They're like, oh, but new TXR, and it's like, yeah, but doesn't mean these games shouldn't be, well, doesn't mean these games can't be scrutinized. It's fine because the indies are shining right now. Yeah. No, it's the children that are wrong. Exactly. It is kind of interesting though, because obviously, like, whoa, gonna hodge that a bit. Because indies, you see indies have like a runaway success, right? And they pocket loads of money. Their developers are like are super happy. The game's super successful. But then you actually compare that to like the revenue that like AAA makes, and it still actually absolutely pales in. Oh, this is a really bad line. Really bad line. Still absolutely pales in comparison, because obviously with like all of these live service titles and stuff, these big companies are raking in like hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars every year. But I mean, to a small team, you know, a few $1 million is like life-changing money. Because obviously every person can pocket like $1 million or so each. Why did I downshift there? I don't know. That was a bad move. Whereas, you know, obviously in a big company, it's like, it's like, oh, okay, we got like 100 million, but we got to split it across like 7,000 people. Ruh-roh. Suddenly money doesn't go so far. Oh, I got that wrong. But I think, yeah, I think that is the way forward for the industry, is smaller, more concerted efforts. But the problem is it is a vicious cycle, right? The AAA of now will crumble eventually, and yet these smaller companies will eventually rise up and take their place, and the cycle will just repeat itself over and over and over again, ad nauseum, pretty much. Still just about within slipstream range, but I get closer. This whole grid is really close right now, which isn't good for my prospects. Oh, I locked up a little bit there. That wasn't good. I think I slowed down a bit too much as well. damn it. Didn't quite work out as well as I would have wanted. It's going to be some tough final few laps, though. The competition is heating up. He is way wide there. But I could cut back on him. But I could see Roman getting slowly bigger behind, which isn't good. Same with Matteo, right behind me. So I had to jump on the brakes a little bit because I was carrying so much speed. Oh, the understeer is real. I fudged that big time. It's all good. There's all over me. Let's see if I try and come up the inside here. Ooh, bit of a push. It's a bit of a sketchy place to do it into a corner, but oh, and I fudged this corner. Got way too deep. He's gonna come up my inside now. Roman wants a slice of the pie as well. Oh, but it seems like those two played each other. At this point, I'm just helping Mattia get the win. Really, it seems. I'm probably going to sink through the field these last couple of laps, but I guess I'll sink so he can swim. I don't know where I want to put my car going into this corner. Mattia's going to try and look up the inside. Is he going to go for outbraking? Absolutely nailed the power down on the exit. I think I've just about got him. If I can come across or not. I have to employ the third-person camera here. Need a compromised position. He's going to swoop on through. Hopefully I can get some slipstream through here. Really going to be able to do any kind of pushing. Well, I might be able to go. Woo! Bit of a touch. 3 wide. Oh god, I'm sort of sandwiched here. Been a rock and a hard place. But everyone's on top of each other around here. See if I can eke out. I have no idea where everyone is. Oh, Matteo's in the grass a bit. In 4th gear. Matteo's still out there. Oh, I dodged that big time. Oh, I think there's somebody on my inside. I think I stopped that though. Okay, it was right there. If I get wide enough there, but I'm hoping that would be good enough. It was. Oh, I've got a bit deep. Jesus. Oh, dirty tires. Come on. This is the final lap. Keep it straight. Ooh. Bloody hell. I should have stayed on the inside there, I think. Or on the outside. I think that definitely cost me there on that lap. Bummer. Oh well. That was pretty fun. Also very stressful. Probably should have kept going lap 1 is what I'm taking away from this, not gonna lie. Take it as okay though, GG. I don't know what happened to you lap 1, but I guess we'll probably find out. Find the race replays. And have content manager not play silly bugger with me. That would be nice. I thought I was over racing for those last. It might as well have been. Why does it not wanna? I'm just gonna leave it for a bit. It's acknowledging those replays, but doesn't seem to want to let me. It just want to let me save them. Let's come over. No, I have the replays. I just need to. When I go and select them in Content Manager, it just doesn't want to let me click on the save button. There we go. Now I'd let me save in them. Making sure I'm getting the right one. Yep, this one. But a lot to get through. Oh god. Okay. I don't know if much happened in race 1. For me, it was definitely a bit of a quiet one. Moving away from the 10th quarter, yeah. If it wasn't gonna let me, I was just gonna go and move them myself. But in the end, I didn't need to. Pretty tame start, all things considered. Race 1. For you, yeah, you just ran away. What's that happen behind? I don't know. I found it so hard to get into a consistent groove around this track. I'm surprised race 2 went as well as it did for me. I knew it was eventually going to come falling down because I just couldn't. Couldn't keep a consistent groove going around the track, but now one more lap in race 2 I would have been racing Mattia. Was kind of far, I don't think I would have won. Oh yeah, I got that wrong. That's basically my race done. Become Mattia, let's see. Guys him up. Outdoes him into here. Well, he goes a bit deep though. Will that cost him? It's a current dominant F1 driver name moment. Well, he gets a nice slipstream. Slipstream was actually pretty decent here for this car. I guess there was enough of a straight for it to breathe. And actually get some proper slipstream done. Get a bit of scrapping going on here, though. English check is weird. If it clicks, you go 400% 5 lights and all each time with the first time I drove last sector was so weird. Yeah. Some really awkward corners, that's for sure. That kind of throw you off. And even once you kind of learn it, it's easy to not get them right. Yeah, I think the thing with this car that makes it a bit tricky is that obviously it's slow as balls. So you want to try and minimize speed loss as much as possible. Nice ambiguous check limits in the last turn, yeah. No, no, it wasn't unprompted, because you said insert currently dominant F1 driver name. I mean, we all know who that is. We don't... Technically, he didn't dominate last year, but... The fact he came as close as he was... Exactly, yeah. Only the most powerful Formula 1 driver. And the current dominant F1 driver, we weren't about to say Lando Norris. Yeah, Red Bull were a complete shambles last year. Max is about the only thing keeping them... making them look like a competent outfit last year. We'll see how they go this year, but I mean... Who knows? We're entering the Lando Norris year. Well, it depends if McLaren's put together a good car this year. Ooh, that was close. Didn't quite touch. Mika got the advantage out of that. Pretty good stuff, though, between these two. Seems like Mika's broke it away a bit now, though. Kind of see it looks kind of a looker. But that's only... If you're on about that camo livery, that's only their testing livery. Their car, looks-wise, is still the Red Bull. I think the Audi is still the biggest, bruh. They revealed it and everyone's like, is that it? Is that all you've done? Yeah, that like black camo livery is just for testing. It'll probably be back to the same old like papaya that it has been. I don't know if anything really happened back here. No. I guess that's pretty much... Oh. Never mind, something did happen. I said the livery because it looks exactly how I expect Nan Livery to look, like a Codemasters My Team livery. I mean, it's just like... Isn't like... They hardly tried. Nice slipstream, and then up the inside. It tries to fight it back, but doesn't quite get it. Just how it runs to the end? It is. Alright, race 2, that's the one we all want to see. Hi at the end, you never 5k Bitcoin. Real. Okay. Yeah, my lousy ass on pole. From flunking the first race. Doesn't have a turbo diesel, not a true Audi. That's true. Never beaten the Dieselgate allegations. Oh yeah, so what happened here? Let's see. Okay. Should I be slapped for T1 incident? Should you be slapped? I don't know. Do you kill Yari? Oh, that wasn't that bad, really. It was aggressive, but, I mean, I think your lines just crossed, that was it, really. Yari was a lot slower at the apex, so he could afford to cut in sooner. Whereas you just went full send. Technically, you could argue, if we wanted to be all political about it, could argue it was Yari's corner, but, it's really not worth it. Yeah, minor inconvenience versus mass murder. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. You're like, should I be slapped as we watch these two get sent spinning behind? CRS prison isn't up yet. Yeah, I still need to finish off building my my maximum security fortress. So I guess here, ooh, Ramon was just a bit too late on the brakes, and then pings Miko out of line, and then, oh, they just get their wheels overlapped. And around they go. They nearly caught Roman again. I guess. Keeps going. But then does he wait up? Oh yeah, then he slows up. Probably would have been better by slowing up sooner, to be honest. I think that might have hurt you even more. Thought it was lagging, not gonna lie, because I couldn't see, but I had my conscience going, what if you killed them? You got like the angel and the demon on your shoulder. Keep going. Oh, but what if you did? Fair enough. Good thing I waited, because that shit was on me, lol, my pan, yeah. I'm surprised I was able to hold the lead for as long as I did. I was kind of... Well, I wasn't the fastest by any means. I was kind of a given. Because you three were on the march to catch up. Miko and Mateo having a bit of a tussle. Miko try to commit to that inside. Does he make it work? Ooh, Ramon's steamrolling in. Just avoids a bit of contact. Yeah, you could get some... Like, if you messed up a corner, you could get... Like, the person behind you could come in with an absolutely crazy run. And you just kind of had to hope that they didn't just absolutely punt you off the road. Crazy shit, honestly. Did I get that corner wrong? I just had a weird line. I think from here we were kind of strewn out a bit more. I had Mattia to catch up a bit here, so I got that a bit wrong. But he didn't really make anything. Yeah, he's trying to cause him a 50 test and Sierra assists. He's a 59. Oh yeah, here I bumped the curb like an idiot. I don't know what I was doing. I just didn't quite have that dog in me tonight. To really hunker down and be the aggressive driver I needed to be to make this work. Unfocused coward. Oh, I think an overtake can happen though. You can actually see, how did you get past Miko? Called Racing Expert Curve. Spin out, oh, yes, the Spin FM curve. Enos Motorsport, Aqua Blast Straight. Help Motors and okay, you just slipped straight past him. I guess we'll see Toyota. Oh yeah, Racing Expert Curve, yeah. I guess that answers it, yeah. Racing Expert. For some reason I really like the white, blue, black curbs. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's also fitting because, well, they're the national colors as well. I think that blue is the exact same shade they have on, like, the flag. Oh. Bollocks. I hit the wrong button. Shit. We'll call it racing. It's a Stilo Bilstein corner. Don't worry, nothing happened. See, we're back. We're back. Like nothing happened. Yeah, at this point, I cork and bottled like the entire rest of the grid. No point looking at Mattia because he just runs away. I did press escape. Only the highest brain thinking hours right now. I was holding on to Mattia for a while when he's in the lead, but just couldn't hold on forever. And there's these guys. Hey, I haven't done this every stream. There I got stacked up a little bit. I hit the stop button. I hit the stop button every stream. That's what I do. I don't hit escape. I always hit this stupid... You can't even see it. But it's the stupid stop button. That's what I always do. Because I'm an idiot. I'll probably do that still. I haven't done it yet. But I'll probably do it at some point. We have a few Mateo got past Yari. You two going at it a bit. Yari losing up to Miko as well behind, it seems. A little bit of a slide there. Miko gets past Yari pretty cleanly. Mateo got an amazing run here. Gave me the sketchiest of all pushes. Yeah, they got a really bad run through here. That gave him a pretty big boost. But yeah, I was like, that knocked my rear end out a bit. Got a bit deep there. I guess this is where shit really kicks off. Survived this, because I guess you two were too busy on each other. A pretty subpar run out of here, though. Here I took the right choice. I stuck wide. I went a bit too deep because I think I was worried I was going to get dive bombed. But, and I wasn't sure where everyone was, so I was, like, trying to be careful. I didn't just cut across. But I also didn't just want to give away more space than I needed. So I could get an okay line through here. I did not get an okay line through here, though. I got a terrible line. Cut across this here, I should help for you. Exactly. Tried to give a little bit of a push, I don't think that really worked. And then, I don't really know what happened there. I felt like I braked at the normal point. Maybe you braked earlier, but I think we were just so close. And maybe a little bit of lag, I don't know. Does it? Hard to really say. But you didn't die, so it was fine. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Bit of a bump and run. A real good push. I braked a bit earlier because we're not exactly on the racing line. 3 wide through here. And then basically all stacked on top of each other. Will admit I was mad. I maybe would be slightly... Oh yeah, but Mateo went rally crossing here. But I think he went rally crossing it again. Over here. Yep, there you go. And here I blundered. I should have gone outside again. I thought, fuck it, I'll cover inside, but tried a bit too hard and I got that wrong. Wondering why half the field is Italian in the replay. I think there's only 1/3 of the field is Italian. 1/3 is Italian, 1/3 is Finnish, and the other third is neither. Albeit one's a fake Italian, so here I was like, uh-oh, I'm screwed. Because like everyone was right behind. Italian true, Italian fake, be to finish, yeah. Yeah, no, I had to defend from both of those two. Got a great run through there, though. Held them at bay. Then I got this corner massively wrong. Way too much speed. Off onto the grass. Allora. We had a... Surprised I carried enough speed to kind of hold on to that out of there. Really close out of here, though. Just about held on. I tried to aim for the jump, but then the server ended. Before I could do that. That was good fun, though. It was pretty tough, but good fun. Definitely wasn't firing on all cylinders that I would have liked to have been. No fun allowed there. But it's because everybody was so close that we had no time. Because the server automatically kind of ends once everybody finishes. Or the race, sorry, automatically ends once everyone finishes. But we're all on top of each other, so it meant that it basically just instantly finished. Keep the chokes up and fork up my invade races. What a bit of a push there from me, Ramon. All the tears driving on through. I mean, you two are just the measure of the field in this car, though. That's probably the only threats you guys had from behind. Let's see. Pretty close. Nothing much happening at the moment. Yeah, look at the gap, though. It's like a lamp. Just pulling away. Crazy shit. Oh. Okay, trying to has bold on the outside. Really dusty out here, so you get fuck all pretty much. Just trying to recover from that. Oh, locked up a little bit. Didn't quite capitalize on that. My steering inputs are probably so different after the first turn. Guess we can see on board time. Oh, little correction. Pretty smooth. Or big bout of opposite luck. Do you have your wheel rotation limited, or is that a replay thing? I don't actually know. That might be a replay thing, actually. Looking at it. Just full whammy on the steering there. I have one hand handicap. Do you have a rotation limit? No. No. Oh, stodge that one up. Oh, I guess, yeah, I got a wheel on the dirt on the way in, or... Like in CM? No. Unless there's a specific setting that's specific for replays, then no. Vanilla AC is rotation limit and replays. Okay. Side by side in turn one. Ramon holds on. Extending it up the inside. Or side by side up the hill, giving space. Terry leaks it out. Oh, nearly into the gravel. Not quite. Oh, that's bit of a banzai move there. Both live to fight another day. There's almost a Roman Grosjean on Jimmy Johnson move. Into there. Albeit probably half people probably don't know what I'm talking about. What am I if not banzai? I'm trying to fix it. Reverse Sonati. Well, that's what I mean, Grosjean on Jimmy Johnson, because Grosjean just... yeah, Grosjean just barreled into Johnson. I said not quite, though, because they did crash. I don't think you guys quite touched. Never forget Grosjean 2022 season in Dale Coin, yeah. It's still crazy to kind of think, though, that Jimmy Johnson was an IndyCar driver for a while. But Chip Ganassi nonetheless. But obviously, well, he was a washed-up old man, so it didn't really go anywhere. I think everyone gave him a lot of benefit of their doubt, because, I mean, he is Jimmy Johnson, but it was like, it was clear that he wasn't really going to go anywhere. Back markers all over the joint. And then there's Kip and Simpson. Yeah. Real. Speaking of IndyCar, I don't know if you've heard... Ooh, big wiggle there. Live, though. I don't know if you've heard, but Trump wants there to be a race this year to happen in Washington, which means that if it was to happen, they'd have to shuffle some race off the calendar to fit it in. And even then, it's not even talking about the logistics and financial stuff behind it, which is a whole other kettle of fish. But obviously, the president's saying it, so everybody's got to get down on their knees and be like, gotta try and make this happen. But who the fuck is the new Detroit circuit? Probably. Probably. Would they drive in the Oval Office? Fuck's sake. No, be like around the ground, or like around the Washington, D.C. area. Definition of Jarvis on board. Yeah. Yeah, it's... I don't know, it'd be a miracle if it does happen. But we'll see. I did hear an interesting bit of news from NASCAR as well today, and that's that they've actually dropped the Roval. The Roval is gone. You know. And that it's been replaced with, well, they're still going to Charlotte, but they're just going to run the Oval again at Charlotte. Which I'm somewhat conflicted about. The Oval was always a bit of a crash fest. But, it was something a bit different, I guess. And I mean, we do already have 2 races at the Oval. Technically, one of them's a non-championship race in the All-Star race. And then you've got the Coke 600, which obviously is a very different beast. But, yeah. Oh, that was it. There we go. Well, I'll give you the... Well, my rating is better than High Guard. There you go. You happy? Mega Move face. No. Yeah. I don't know, yeah. People do seem to be generally happy. Maybe Jumble settled for a race in Orange County. That would be funny, but I I doubt it. Yeah. Honestly, the motorsports world is kind of crazy at the moment. You've got that happening. You've obviously got NASCAR going through like a huge change. You've got IndyCar with Trump stepping in and being like, "Hey, we want to do a race." WRC. I mean, Solberg won. First round of the season is looking like he could be pretty dangerous for the whole season. Hyundai are probably regretting they ever got rid of him. But we also had a Rally 3 car win 2 stages. And some crazy conditions at Monty. And also, yeah, now with Formula 1 doing their private but not so private test. And even though they filmed it themselves, if you got even as much within like a 1 mile range of the Barcelona circuit, they were like, you gotta leave. Weird world we live in. So many weird and crazy things happening. Kodo also became a private track? Oh, I didn't know that. Some rating stuff. I broke the standard sheet, so before that I need to fix it. Whoopsie. Yeah, weird world we live in. Weird times. You got 8, there you did. The streak continues, I guess. Well, we're getting close to the end of this season already, which is always catches me by surprise. The end of the season, I'm like, I'm thinking about it all the time, and then it gets there. I'm like, I mean, I guess we're still technically 2 races away, 2 weeks away. Well, more than 2 weeks away, technically. I guess I should probably get the announcement out for the special event. I've known what that's going to be for a long time. I just kind of forgot to mention of everything else that's been going on. Yeah, the special event, I guess, to quickly announce it now, which we'll do like a more proper sort of like advert for, but it will be the return of Binwood, oh not Binwood, sorry, the Race of Binners, because it's about that time of year again. Late January, early February. That's sort of when the real Race of Champions happens, give or take. I think they've moved it now, so it's not till like March. But I say fuck it, we're still doing it around February time. I need to decide on what cars we're going to be using this year. Tweak the roster a bit compared to prior years, but Be interesting to see how it runs on a Tuesday evening time slot. Instead, same track? Probably yes. I haven't seen any better tracks come on yet. But if you have any suggestions, I can probably check them out. But yeah, I will tweak the car roster a bit. I forget what cars we used exactly last year, but I can go back and check. Yeah, I'll probably get an announcement up for that in the next few bit. There's an updated version from Fuso. Oh, okay. But yeah. Okay, so it'd be the same thing though, bracket elimination format. It'd be something a bit different. I don't know how long that'll take. I guess. How long did it take last year? I need to go and look. It took about 2 hours. Okay. So. Race of Pennant Mount Okinawa. That would take forever. But yeah, I'll probably have to go and study up and remind myself what happened last year to make the decent enough tweaks. But yeah, something a bit sung, something a bit different. Yeah, endurance. Eventually, well, probably next season. We'll probably end next season with a post-season endurance. I do want to do some here and there. But also want to sprinkle some more kind of other special kind of event types in between as well. Instead of just it always being an endurance race. TCL 60's endurance. Still need to properly put together a short list of things for next season as well, so I got my work cut out for me. So yeah, I need to get something ready so I can put it to a vote for you guys. And I was meant to do some at the weekend. I got distracted Saturday. Wasn't quite feeling up to it on Sunday because I ate something funny. And then on Monday I got distracted as well. So and obviously today's Tuesday. So that sort of stifled things, but at some point this week I'll get to actually knuckling down some proper defined picks for next season. Yeah, we'll see. God, I'm forgetting everything now. I see my brain has just been a scramble lately. As far as I'm concerned, it might as well be like December 58th. 2025 never ended. I should let to VC. I will be there in a minute. December 58th. Yeah. I'm just saying that, like, the kind of, like, craziness of the year just kind of hasn't ended. Because last year was kind of a crazy year, all things considered. And, but I guess 2026 is crazy in different reasons. So I guess it could be its own thing. But I thought, I'd get a nice break and I'd come back all refreshed. I come back and it's just like everything's now blown up and it's like, uh-oh. But yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd get that out there. So then you know what's coming up. I guess no, it should be fine. But yeah, no, I think that's probably where things will wrap up for tonight. I'll check the servers as well, just to make sure that they are set up properly at some point. I'll make a note about it, so I don't forget. Because, yeah, the Laguna server, the Laguna Seca server was a bit of a mess. Granted, we avoided the worst that could have happened, but it was a little annoying to keep seeing people pop in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So, as I said, the servers aren't supposed to be set up that way, so I'll have to go and check. Chances are I probably made a mistake somewhere. So I'll go and rectify that. For future. I don't think it will really affect the next two races. I don't even know what was so special about this combo, because last week was also a fully vanilla combo, but better to be safe than sorry. So that's not to say that random people won't be able to get in. They still will be, but they will have to go through all of the sessions. They can't join mid-race and then just park at the side of the road. But I don't want to like strictly lock down the servers to just being registered entries for the time being, until we have until we've matured a little bit more, I guess. Especially because if people submit registrations late, I may not have the time to go through them and add them, so it means that people wouldn't be able to participate, which is something I wouldn't want either. Like Lucas tonight popped in. I don't know if he did do the registration form. He didn't. I just checked now. But, I mean, even if he did, I wouldn't have had the time to seen it and done it. So, I would have had to have, he wouldn't have been able to have raced, which, might have been the only race he would have the time to do this season. So that would have been, that would be unfortunate. So, but yeah, no, I think that is everything I have to cover for now. Yeah, I just need to get my affairs in order now. Actually be more organized. Yeah, I'll get the results up for those two sessions tonight. And yeah, thanks everyone who showed up and racing. Thanks everyone who showed up and chatted as well. It's great to see activity picking up on both fronts. And, hopefully this is something we can continue to grow and evolve throughout the year together. And be interesting to see what we end up with at the end of the year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, I haven't burnt it all to the ground by the time we get to the end of the year. But we'll see. We'll see. I might have pissed everyone off by then. Who knows? But for now, yeah, look forward to seeing everyone next week. I think it's the 787B at Laguna Seca. And the Estonias will be at Bikernieki at the Ring of Skill. So that should be good fun. So yeah, look forward to seeing you all there. And adios. Oh, and we will be in the Discord server if anybody wants to join in for a chat afterwards. Right, bye.